Welcome back to House on Carrion Hill, House of Bob's cosmic horror adventure played in Pathfinder 2nd Edition in the Galarian campaign setting.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm playing Willen Dappen, the Gnome Wizard.
Hi, I'm Janette. I'm playing Bimpkin, the long-snout rat oracle.
Hey, I'm Shubert. I am playing Knib-Knub, the razor-tooth goblin fighter.
I'm Trevor, and I'll be playing Theobald, the orc investigator.
And I'm Shaun, your game master. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, visit us at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. Last time on House of Carrion Hill, Theobald, Knib-Knub, Willen, and Bimpkin put a stop to a crazed man's murderous rampage through the alleys of Carrion Hill. A halfling con man pays the adventurers off to let him escape. Commander Garrus of the town guard sends the adventurers on their way, assuring them that everything is fine, and they should probably go about their day. A young innkeeper offers the quartet rooms in her inn. Now we join the party as they are in the town square between Rag Manor and the Ossuary Church. A crowd is gathering. Everyone is wearing, most of the townsfolk anyways, are wearing these skull masks, very similar to the one that Theobald purchased on his first foray into the marketplace. You can see that on the steps of the church, a number of priests are gathering. They're all dressed in purple and silver robes. They are setting up a dais. A couple people who look a little bit more official or a little bit more higher ranking in the priesthood kind of begin to take a place, and people begin to gather around. You see that there are many people who are carrying young children or babies as well. A number of people are also dressed in mourning black. Theobald, you brought everybody here hoping to meet the town guard or the guard station just outside Crown Manor. What do you do?
I thought that my mask was of a cat.
Yes.
Is it a skull? It's a skull cat. Oh, okay. All right.
Cat skull mask.
A cat skull mask. Is devise a stratagem something that I use in combat, or can I also use it in this sort of scenario as well, too?
You actually have other things that make more sense to use here. Devise a stratagem is combat, but if we look at your other abilities, you have something called On the Case, which allows you to indicate some mystery or some clue that you've come across as your case. And you're going to get bonuses when you investigate things that relate to that. They're called Pursue a Lead or Clue In.
Theobald's on the case.
Basically, you, as an investigator, you can say, like, this thing interests me. What the heck is going on here? And as you follow clues along it, you get little bonuses, and I get to feed you a little bit more information as we go.
Beautiful. All right. Well, Theobald took over half his damage. So Theobald got his butt whooped by a skinless guy in a dirty alleyway, and some slithering snake of a man said that I could get my health restored. The city guard would help me out a little bit. So I'm looking for that bone that's being tossed my way.
All right, so you look across the town square over towards Rag Manor. Again, this big fortified castle manor that is draped with a ridiculous number of banners and tenants, all of them kind of tattered with age. Right at the front gate entrance of the manor, there is a little guard station, and you see two guys there dressed with black cloaks and steel helms.
Perfect. I go speak with them.
Yeah, I'll go with Theobald.
All right, you walk up. One of them kind of spits on the ground, looks up. What do you want?
Down over on the other side of the hill, there was some an altercation of which myself and my companions intervened, and I took a few blows. Commander Garrus spoke with us, said that I'd be able to get some aid from this particular post.
Yeah, me too.
Like a health potion?
A health potion. I guess if Commander Garrus ordered it. Hey, Charlie. He looks over at his buddy. Charlie spits. All right, well, here they are. He turns around, rummages in a box inside his little doghouse there, and pulls out 2 little red vials. Passes one to each of you.
Excellent. What was your name?
Roger.
Roger. If I see Garrus again, I'll be sure to let him know that you were a good help.
Or you could just nod.
Oh, okay.
The less the higher ups know about me, the better. I'm just a grunt.
I hear that. Sometimes no news is good news, right?
Exactly. So that potion will heal 2d8 plus 5 hit points.
2d8 plus 5.
Now, before you drink it, there is a mechanic in Pathfinder to just use standard first aid on yourself or on a friend. It's called Treat Wounds, and all you have to do is roll a medicine check and beat a DC 15. It takes 10 minutes, so it's not something you can do, unless you have battle medicine, it's not something you can do in combat. You give yourself first aid for 10 minutes, and you can heal. And if you spend a full hour doing it, you heal double whatever the die roll will be for that.
Well, I can help Theo with this. I have a strong medicine check, so.
Excellent. Well, we'll add these potions to our inventory and bid Roger and his pal farewell.
Knib-Knub saw these guys get stuff and he wants stuff. So he's like, Roger, Garrus also told us that you'd give us some like snacks.
Snacks.
He said there'd be like some chips around, some fish, that kind of thing.
Look, all I've got is my lunch, and I'm going to
Okay, I'll take
my
it.
wife. What?
Well, he said that you'd give us some food.
I don't. He looks over at Charlie like completely like gobsmacked. I don't have any food for you. I can give you a healing potion if you want, but I don't have any. That's my lunch. It's mine.
Let me go find Garrus again.
Fine, I'll take the healing potion.
Theobald has distanced himself from this little charade.
Knib-Knub grabs the healing potion and like shambles away.
Okay. So yes, to treat wounds, it is a medicine check DC 15.
Okay.
One roll for one person's worth of healing. And if you succeed, you can then tell me if you're going to spend the other rest of the hour on it.
All right.
Oh, that dice. I was healing you, Theo.
Oh, you are. Thank you.
Yeah, because I didn't take any damage. I just wanted a free potion.
Nice.
What was your roll?
I rolled an 18 on my medicine.
Okay. Theo will regain 2d8 hit points. And if you want to like really hunker down in the side of the square and spend an hour patching up his bruises, you could.
Might as well, right? He's pretty badly hurt.
I'm getting kind of distracted by the party over here.
Well, like I'm hurt too, though. If you could heal me a little.
But you just got that potion.
Yeah, but I don't want to use it yet because my mommy's told me to keep them on me because like something really bad could happen.
Okay, well, if we all get in a circle, we can heal each other.
I could also have a look. I know a little bit about wounds. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, you
All
take a look. The circle thing sounds weird.
19.
Bimpkin, you said you got a 19?
19.
Okay, so you can heal Knib-Knub for 2d8 hit points.
Damn.
12.
Nice. Thank you.
What did Theo get for healing?
Theo got 10 hit points.
How many more do you need to be full?
30.
Oof.
How many times can you do that? Like,
Basically, it's got a cooldown.
okay.
It's like once a day kind of thing? Or?
Once an hour.
Oh,
So you can spend the next hour to double the hit points that he just got. Basically means that if you're going to spend time healing, you're spending time healing.
Yeah.
So you can do a quick patch, first aid, 10 minutes, and like move on. Or you spend the time to really take care of him and make sure that he's ready to go, and you'll double the healing from it.
all right. So I'll take the extra hour and, really get in there.
Okay.
A consideration, if I may, taking this extra hour, it's the middle of the afternoon. Like it might be worth going down to, what was the 7-ton Merrick?
Matic?
The bar, yeah.
The inn that Sarah had introduced us to, the innkeeper from earlier this afternoon. Maybe we should go there just to like rest up. Because I think it'd be better for Theobald to be able to go out investigating on full health as opposed to half health.
That way we can get our hero FaceTime in.
There we go. Perfect. You can get more free shit from people.
Good thinking, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, we think your name's Tom. You haven't even told us it's Theo.
He didn't ask.
you spend some time healing Tom. So Theo, you'll get another 10 hit points as you guys are kind of chilling in the square, watching the festivities wind up. Bimpkin, are you going to heal Knib-Knub as well for the rest of the hour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Knib-Knub, you'll also get another 12 hit points back.
Dang. Thank you.
And as you guys are watching, the festivity begins with a sermon from the priests standing at the front of the ossuary church.
Boring.
It is a little bit boring. There are what appear to be three high priestesses. One of them is dressed like a midwife. Another is dressed almost like a grim reaper with an hourglass pendant. And the last just has this like crazy big shock of white hair that's like tangled and matted and greasy, and it looks like they never sleep. And they all take a position up on the stage and they give a bit of a sermon. They say, "We gather on this, the Day of Bones, to honor those souls who are born again into this world. May they find purpose amongst the chaos of the cosmos, live fulfilling lives, and when they part, be ready to face the Lady of Graves. We gather on this, the Day of Bones, to honor those newly dead, their souls released from their mortal bodies. May they move quickly on to the boneyard, and when their time has come, stand strong before the Lady of Graves, ready to return to this world, should that be their path." And the crowd, everybody wearing their skeleton masks, bow their heads and give some confirming chants back. And a lot of people you see are drawing a spiral across their chest with their outstretched thumb. And then once the sermon is done, maybe 15 minutes, you guys are currently getting an ice pack applied to your wounded knee or whatever. And festivities begin. People begin listening and playing music, dancing around. There is a little circle of people with babies that are all like getting blessed by priests. And you see a lot of people who are mourning all congregate around these tables on the other side, and they're all, awkwardly eating and drinking and nodding at each other. And before you know it, an hour is up, and you guys are healed.
Do you have to be a baby to get blessed?
I roll a religion check. See what you know about Pharasma.
All right, I rolled a 14 on my religion.
So you know that Pharasma is the goddess of midwives and also a goddess of death and fate. She is basically like a caretaker of souls. And so you think, if you hadn't been blessed by Pharasma as a baby, you're not sure if you missed your chance or not, but you could ask.
I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to get in line and see what happens.
All right, so there's some moms in front of you in line, and they're making their way up to this priest who draws a spiral on each one of them with some blessed water and gives each of them their own little skull pendant. Finally, the line dwindles down, and it's just you and your big hat and your glasses standing in front of this priest, and he looks down at you. Yes, my son, what can I do for you?
One blessing, please.
You seek Pharasma's counsel in this time? Are you soon to depart this world?
Yeah. No, nobody knows that.
Pharasma does.
Oh.
She knows all fates. She does not share, of course, but she knows.
Will her blessing kill me?
No, I can impart her blessing onto you, though, to ensure your soul will be safeguarded on its travels to the boneyard.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'll take one of those.
All right. He reaches down into his holy water again, dips his thumb into it, draws a spiral upon your chest, and then he passes you this little skull ornament. May the Lady of Bones judge you as you deem to be judged.
Neat. Thank you.
You're welcome. As you're walking away, you hear him turn to another priest, what a delightful little gnome.
I'm very much a tourist here, so I'm trying to get the full effect.
The full experience.
Exactly, right?
Who can pass up a free blessing?
Mm-hmm. Plus, I got this nifty little charm.
No, I think Knib-Knub would be totally jealous of that.
It's like,
Wait, where'd you get that?
It never hurts to ask.
I mean, it might hurt to ask.
I mean, I've seen lots of babies with them. It's not hard to get.
Oh, okay. I'll just take it from a baby then.
Does anybody else want to do anything?
So there's a group of people sitting mourning.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'll go up to that group.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
You're close by to some older women in a little circle right now, and they turn to you. Oh, yes. Good afternoon. Sir, your name?
I'm Bimpkin. I'm just observing, and I'm new to town, and I see that you are all sitting dressed in mourning. I wonder, you have a recent death in the family?
Oh, yes. I'm Gertrude, and this is Sheila, and that's Doris, and that's Laureen, and all of us have just lost our husbands in the past season. We've been waiting quite patiently for the Day of Bones. We hope to make offerings to Pharasma so our loved ones can all go on to rest and pass through the boneyard to Elysium or wherever they hope to be.
And these are all older women?
Yes.
All right, so just the husbands, I'm assuming husbands similar age as you?
Oh, yes, we're all quite old. We're bound to kick the bucket any day now.
Oh, yes. Well, you'll never know. Sometimes you live longer. I hope you live long life. And so nobody lost any sons, in the past day or two. Just husbands year ago kind of thing.
Sons? Are you asking after something particular?
No. And he's sort of like rubbing his head awkwardly.
Laureen turns around and looks at this other woman who's sitting by herself at the end of one of these long tables. Catelyn, she lost her son just a couple days ago, the other night. I heard he was murdered in the night.
How old was her son?
Oh, he was a strapping young lad, late teens, I'm sure. Just getting ready to start an apprenticeship, I hear.
No. Well, very, very sad to hear that. Thank you very much, ladies. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of the festival.
You as well, thank you. And may your loved ones rest in peace as well.
Yes, thank you very much. And then he will kind of look over towards Tom, walk over very shyly, and just kind of like pull on his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, it's very obvious that you are some sort of I don't know, you seem to be thinking many things, looking around. I feel like it might be worth talking to this woman over here. She lost a son very recently. And I am not a smart man, but that man that was attacking, he was probably dead recently.
I think you're onto something, Bimpkin. Do you remember what her name was? Kathleen or Catherine or something?
Laureate? Lauren?
Uh-oh. I remember you said there was a Sheila in there.
Laureate Sheila.
That was just one of them, though. Maybe Sheila's the one whose son died.
All right. Well,
The old ladies had identified a woman sitting by herself at the other end of the table.
Okay.
perfect. We don't need to know their names. Would you like to come with me or?
Yes, I come.
All right. Is Willen or Knib-Knub coming with us?
I'll come.
Yep, Knib-Knub's following the action. He's very confused, so he's kind of just like a lot of exciting stuff happening. He's following that.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any like flowers or a food cart that's serving soup on the way to this lady that's sitting by herself that I could bring as sort of like a gesture of goodwill?
There's lots of food around, but there's also some vendors selling black roses. It seems like quite a few of the mourners either have a black rose pinned onto their lapels or there's some sitting on the tables in front of them. Seems to be a common sort of symbol.
All right. Theobald would like to go purchase a rose for this.
Theo.
Yes.
I got that coin purse. You can have it.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I think his name is Tom Dillon.
That's right. It is Tom.
Just to be clear, I lied earlier.
Me too.
My name's Willen.
Oh, all right.
I know. Confusing.
Tom, Theobald, goes and purchases a black rose.
1 silver piece.
Done. 1 silver piece.
Salesman asks you if you need a card.
2 old lady.
Would you like it wrapped?
No, I think just a flower should be
2
good.
roses?
Just a rose.
3 roses.
Or just 1 rose.
Oh, come on.
Is there a bundle deal?
Yes. A dozen for 13 silver.
I give him 1 silver piece.
Ah, okay.
How many were in that pouch that we stole? Found?
There were 23 silver in it.
All right. So minus the 1, there's now 22 silver. And I give the coin purse back to Willen and say, have as many roses as you wish.
All right. And then I buy the dozen.
For 13.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait.
Willen walks away, realizes, looks back, cart's gone.
That son of a...
These black roses have all their thorns stripped off, but they are otherwise very nice condition, very nice roses.
Why did you guys buy these dead plants?
I don't know.
I don't know why Willen bought them. But I am going to go give this rose to this mourner over here.
So you walk up to this woman sitting at the edge of the table. She looks to be about middle-aged, a little bit of gray in her hair, tear-streaked face. She's wearing mourning black as well. And she looks up at you, and her face kind of softens a little bit as she sees the gift you're holding out to her. She reaches out and takes it. Thank you, kind sir.
The Day of Bones can be a very hard day for some of us. Would you like to ease your heart and speak to what is troubling you?
Tear falls down her cheek. You are the first to show me such kindness. I feel like everyone is treating me like a leper or a stranger. All my friends even, they don't come around. My boy was killed in the night. He was having just terrible nightmares for weeks. And then 2 nights ago, he went out in the middle of the night. He doesn't usually go out. Everyone says he was up to something, up to no good, and that he deserved what he got, but I don't think so. They wouldn't even let me see the body.
What do you suspect he was doing? Going out at night?
He was a good boy. I don't know.
Probably just getting some fresh air, I'm sure.
I think so. But why? Why did it happen to him? He didn't deserve to die yet.
Only the Lady of Graves should know that. Can you tell me a little bit more about your son, so that we can remember him?
His name was Peter. He was going to apprentice to the blacksmith down the street. He was a strong boy, broad shoulders, black hair, very handsome like his late father. Another tear rolls down her cheek. But he was troubled. These nightmares, I don't know where they came from, and what sparked them.
Do you know how long he's been having nightmares for?
Just a few weeks, but he was sleepless because of them.
What did he dream about?
He kept telling me about something dark. Something hunting him. Many hands grabbing at him. A razor. A wolf. Difficult to put together.
That sounds like your son probably had very difficult nightmares to deal with. But he at least had a very wonderful mother.
She lets out a small sob. Thank you. Thank you. You are too kind. Tell me, it's not often I see orcs. What is your name?
My name is Theobald.
Thank you, Theobald. You've eased my mind today. Thank you. She holds the rose close.
You're welcome.
Now, I'm a very visual kind of person, so maybe like a description of your son. would help me remember him? You know, like height and weight?
Well, I didn't ever go to school, so I don't know, like, my numbers.
Well, hold out your hand
He
above
was
your head.
yay high.
Okay.
Indicates a pretty tall guy.
I'm picturing him.
Broad shoulders, like, so big that I could barely hug him when I wrapped my arms around him.
Okay, can you hug Theobald just so I can imagine?
I will. She stands up and hugs Theobald.
Theobald hugs her back.
You two have made me feel so much better. I thank you. I thank you so much.
Do you know, like, body fat percentage?
He's fucking ripped, bro. It's like cheese grater.
Do you know that he lift a little?
I assume that's the father speaking.
Yeah.
No, I do not know his body fat percentage.
What about, blood type?
May you have a restful day of bones. Is that what you say?
That works. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, excellent.
We should tell the priests about that one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually,
Maybe they'll pick it up.
would you be able to ask them about that? I think my companions and I are going to an inn to rest our bones.
Well, yes, have a restful night. Thank you so much for your kind words.
All right, I will give her the big bouquet of 12 roses.
You insult me. No.
Oh, no.
She thanks you, Willen.
All right.
Knib-Knub also goes in for a hug.
She hugs you close and trying not to poke herself on your forks. What a nice group of boys.
Do you have any snacks or?
Yes, of course. And she reaches over to the buffet table, piles up some roast boar for you and a couple pieces of potato and apple and passes it to you. Here you are, little one. Make sure that you take good care of yourself and grow up strong. Like your big brother here, the orc.
What?
Is that not how it works?
Come along, Knib-Knub. Let's go.
I did not know that. You get to become big orc later. How nice.
Okay, well, thanks for the food and the hug and stuff. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Is the buffet open to everyone?
Yes.
Oh, this is mine. Get your own.
All right, and I take a to-go plate and mosey on to the tavern.
To-go plate.
I make up a little doggy bag,
Bimpkin does the same.
stash it in my oversized backpack.
All right, so you guys head away from the mourner's table.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do now?
Go to the tavern.
Yeah, I think we'll hit up the tavern.
Mm-hmm. Get more free food.
So you make your way away from the white cobblestone roads of the Crown and head down into the Tangles, where it's much darker and muddier, and the buildings are much tighter together. You eventually come to a little alley as directed, with a quite tight and low ceiling, as if the buildings beside have been built over top of this alley at this point, lit by a couple oil lanterns hooked along the side of the brick. You come to a door with a mining mattock, basically a very large pickaxe braced over the door, and some crudely carved dwarven sigils upon the wood of the entryway.
All right, we'll go in.
Okay, smells good in there.
Yeah, this is the inn that Sarah runs.
It is. And you guys open it up, and you find yourselves inside the 7-ton mattock.
Ooh.
It's actually quite well laid out in here. There's a number of tables around the room. There's a blazing hearth on the side. There's some custom artwork for Sarah behind the bar. And right now, it's kind of dead in here.
Is Sarah in here?
Yep, she is.
Yeah, she's right behind the bar.
As we burst in, I'm like, "Hail the conquering hero!"
You see Sarah with her big toothy smile as she turns around to see you come in. Oh, the voice I came up with only last episode. I've already forgotten. So hi, come on in. I hope this is right.
Pretty close.
The conquering heroes arrive. Welcome to the 7-ton mattock. It's mine, all mine. And you guys want a beer?
Yeah, obviously, yes. Please.
He puts a couple of pewter mugs up on the bar and begins to pour everybody an ale from a keg that she has set up. Passes them out. I hope it's how you like it, because that's the only way I got it.
Knib-Knub devours his, just slurps it all down instantly. Is it any good?
It's it's all right.
I don't have a refined palate. So.
You don't have a refined palate. Does anybody have a refined palate?
I do. I'm going to have the drink.
Okay.
I have plus 11 for my alcohol lore. Is that basically my craft brewing nose?
Look at this guy bringing in his alcohol lore.
Sommelier here.
Bring me a spit bucket.
Go ahead and roll me an alcohol lore.
I got 27 on my alcohol lore.
27. All right. This is made in the style of a dwarven ale, but it has quite a lower alcohol content, probably because it's more so meant for a human palate. It's not terrible. You've had better human versions of dwarven ales, but it's an okay substitute for like a good, strong, heady dwarven beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's sessionable.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is a passable beer for the Day of Bones. Good job, Sarah.
Oh, thanks. Wow. Are you? Do you know a lot about beers?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Cool.
is the best beer ever, Sarah. Can I have some more, please?
Sure. Absolutely. Could you guys actually here hold your mugs for a second and just let me I got this piece of paper here. I'm just gonna quickly sketch you out drinking beers in front of the hearth. Yeah, stand in front of the hearth. Okay, and Mouse Guy, can you lift your mug up just a little bit higher? Okay, good. And it's perfect. Okay, you guys hang out here. I'm just gonna run next door to the printmaking shop, and they're gonna make up a bunch of posters. Do you guys have a name for yourselves? I think I heard your individual names, but do you have a adventurer name?
Like a team name? Huh.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
If not, I'll just call you the Rescuers or something.
Down under.
Tom and his boys.
Tom and his boys. Okay.
What?
Oh,
The biters. The
She
ankle
writes it
biters.
down, and then she's already gone. She's gone. She's gone.
Hey, Theobald, you lied again. Now everybody think your name is Tom.
Hey, it's not the end of the world.
Tom and the boys. Yeah.
I think it's Tom and his boys is what I wrote.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Tom and his boys. And Tom has gone missing.
Yeah.
Missing Tom. Yeah.
You guys are here in the 7-ton Matic. You've known each other for about an hour. When you meet somebody new on the adventuring road, what is the first sort of question that comes to your mind for a new group of adventurers that your character might ask?
Probably along the lines of, what are you doing in town? Are you guys here for the festival? What do you do as a normal profession? That kind of stuff, Start with a small talk.
I have a question for Willen, actually.
Go on.
I've owned bars my whole life and gotten to know a great many different people. But I was wondering if you'd be able to articulate the difference for me. Forgive me for my ignorance here, but what is the difference between a gnome and a halfling?
Oh my God. How dare you?
Dan begins to furiously Google.
Yeah.
What? I meant no offense by this. I am genuinely curious as to the difference between your type of race.
It's mostly based on feet size.
So are your feet bigger?
No. Much, much smaller.
Oh.
Wait. I have no idea, honestly.
No, yeah, you're right.
Halflings have the big feet. Gnomes have smaller feet.
they have
Proportionally,
normal
Yeah,
size.
proportionally, we just look like mini humans, correct?
Yeah,
Or am
maybe
I thinking
maybe
halflings?
slightly larger heads, like child-sized proportions.
Yeah.
The primary difference that Willen might be able to fill you in on is that gnomes originally come from the first world, which is basically a rough draft for the primal plane that you guys live on now, created by the gods to kind of test stuff out.
Mhm.
And gnomes are one of the things that kind of got to find their way from the rough draft to the good copy.
Yeah, so halflings are kind of like my sloppy seconds.
Oh my God.
I was going to say you're more like you are the beta. You are beta testing.
And they're also like a fairy race.
Yes, magical. You're a magical people.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
I think we're all magical.
Yeah, I'd say we're all magical.
And Knib-Knub, you travel alone. I usually see your kind with big groups.
What do you mean, my kind? What are you talking about?
Goblins. They usually like to hang out together.
Mini orcs?
I'm a human.
Oh, okay.
What?
That is interesting.
I think, wait, no, I am a goblin. You're right. My parents are human.
Wait,
I always
what?
get confused.
Your parents.
Yeah.
I assume you're adopted.
Well, I think why are you guys asking me so many hard questions? Okay. I was born in a giant pile of trash like other goblins, and I was raised by my mommies, and then I kept escaping, and they told me that I could finally go off on my own, but I had to keep a lot of healing potions on me. So here I am.
Best backstory.
When are we getting more beer?
I think she said we can help ourselves to the tab.
Yeah. Theobald walks behind the bar and starts cleaning a mug naturally. This is just a mug that just isn't clean enough.
Tosses a rag over your shoulder. And
yeah, I'm just helping Sarah out.
How do you make the beer come out?
Usually you give me silver coins and I give you more ale.
All right.
I give you a silver from that pouch I stole.
Excellent.
I've got 9 silver. How many beers does that get me?
Just give me 1 silver and I'll give you 1 beer.
Okay.
It's an expensive beer. That is an expensive beer, is it not? It sounds expensive.
This world exists on the silver standard. So a silver piece for like a room for the night would not be uncommon.
I can't believe how much I paid for those roses.
Is Theobald pocketing this money, or is he like being honest about this? And
yeah, Theobald will be giving this money to Sarah.
oh, wow. What a nice guy.
You might imagine that like a beer might be like a few copper or 5 copper or something like that.
Mhm.
Sure. Well, yeah, give me 1 silver, and you got drinks for the night.
Oh, okay.
For your small stature, I can't imagine you drinking much more than that.
Oh, we'll see.
I plan on throwing up many times.
Knib-Knub drinks as much as he possibly can.
So, Theo, what brings you to town?
Theobald polishes his glass, standing behind the bar, quietly, pensively, staring at Willen. I've been having nightmares where I am visited by a black wolf. And sometimes I am chasing it, but more often it is chasing me. And this black wolf has chased me through my nightmares to this town.
Oh.
So our late Peter, who I am almost certain we killed, that skinless man in the alleyway, he may have been afflicted by the same nightmares that I have been having.
Yeah, that's what that lady said.
Holy crap. How'd you figure that all out? That's crazy.
Well, I heard 2 people say wolves. So that right there is a line that I drew.
You're practically an investigator yourself.
Thank you. Well, that's not as hopeful a story as I was hoping to hear.
I wish I had a more hopeful story to tell you.
Yeah. Well, we should probably figure this out before you die and we skin you alive.
Whoa.
Wait, why are you skinning me alive?
Well, somebody's got to.
Well, if anyone's skinning anyone alive, I want to do it.
No, I don't think I belong here in this case.
Bimpkin, what brings you to this town? What's the name of this town again?
Carrion Hill.
Oh, right. Carrion Hill.
I have some unfinished business. I'm sort of... I guess you could also say I am following dreams. I know there is something I must do in this town, but I will not know until I get another... you could call it a dream. I'm sort of at the crossroads at the moment.
It's interesting. We all feel drawn to this town.
What's drawing you to this town,
Well,
Willen?
I've been a little town wizard for most of my life. And just up until recently, I felt the call of adventure. So I packed all my stuff, and I thought real hard on it. And one town just really popped into my mind, which was Carrion Hill. So I made my way here, and it seems like there's something afoot, so I feel like there's a reason for it.
Tell me, what does small town wizard do?
Oh, just about everything, except hurt people. So that I'm learning on the go.
Well, you did a pretty good job in the alleyway on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're very good at hurting friend too.
Well,
Yeah, Knib-Knub, how is your burns there? You doing all right? As Theobald tops up Knib-Knub's drink.
Oh, thank you. That guy over there healed me, the furry guy. So my wounds are better. The acid, it's fine, whatever. You know, acid happens.
Well, that should have been our team name. Acid Happens.
I like it.
Good one.
At this point, the front doors swing back open, and Sarah walks through with a small crowd hot on her heels. And she's like, look, I told you guys, like, the heroes, Tom and the boys, they are here. They're staying at 7-Ton Matic, 1 night exclusive, maybe 2 nights, maybe 3 nights. But they're the attraction for the festival. And if you stay here, you get to ask them as many questions as you want about all of the awesome rescuing they're doing. Also, you can buy some drinks. And she like makes her way over to the bar. She's like, thanks, Tom, for watching the bar for me. All right, everybody, drinks. You got to pay up quick. And people start like coming up and like dropping coins on the table. And she's right down to work, passing out drinks. And this already really drunk, kind of homeless looking guy walks up to Knib-Knub. And he's like, is you were one of those guys that you fought the guards, I heard, man?
What? Yeah, I fight. I love fighting.
You gonna fight me?
You want to fight? I like fighting.
Okay, and he like winds up and goes to punch you, and he just like spins around and falls on the floor.
Oh man,
Finish
so
him.
bad at fighting. Okay.
And Sarah continues to pass out drinks. You guys get more and more inebriated, and the night wears on. You guys are all offered rooms within the tavern, which are just upstairs.
I think Knib-Knub needs to be carried.
Do we have to bunk together, or do we all get separate rooms?
I don't know. I mean, she doesn't have any guests right now, so I guess you guys can pick what you want. So you guys make your way to your rooms, all of you a little bit tipsy. Night arrives, and the sun sets, so on and so forth. And in the middle of the night, Bimpkin awakens. He hears the sound of a whippoorwill in the distance.
I throw open the blinds and stick my head out the window.
You open the shutter on the window and you stick your head out, and you find that suddenly you're very, very cold. You can see the frost on your breath fogging up. You look for the bird, and you hear more of the whippoorwill call, but it's still off in the distance. And then suddenly it's joined by a second whippoorwill, and a third, and a fourth, and suddenly it sounds like dozens of them are calling up and down the alley. You can just see the sides of buildings and rooftops and a little bit of the alley street below you. And then you see a dark shape walking along the alley. It's plodding carefully, going from shadow to shadow. And then you feel a cold hand on your shoulder. And you turn. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening, everybody, to the House on Carrion Hill. We're very glad to have you. If you want to support the show, you can give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, and you can find us on all the social medias at the House of Bob. If you want to chat with us or some of the other listeners, join us on Discord. We'd love to have you. And of course, the show is not possible without our amazing Patreon supporters. We'd like to thank everybody who donates money to make sure that the show can happen, including Pedrick Haggerty, Brandon Knox, Ron Sonius, Team Eamon, Pavel Lishin, Christine Braille, Tom Inns, Elias Anderson, Mark Boykin, Mary Margaret, Jessica Colvin, Ray Kearney, Scooter Emerson, Tyler K, Josh Jordan, Keith Haddad, Bluckett12, Tom Wesley, Jessica, Kieran Duffy, Mike at the Tales of Glass-Guarded World podcast, Luke Conroy, and Volt. Artwork for this episode was made by Shaun Makes at ShaunMakes.com. Editing for this episode by Astronomic Audio, and music was generously provided by Mike Hammock of Tales of the Glass-Guarded World podcast. Roll on.
And you see the listener.
Ah!